going on YouTube? Hero of Sparta, doing another review for Ultimate General Civil War. This is a game that I look on very fondly. It's one of my all-time favorite strategy games. It's a little bit less known of a strategy game just because it was a smaller development team and a smaller release. Nevertheless, I feel like it's a hidden gem that not too many people have played. So I'm really trying to shed some more light on this game and really just show all the good things that it does. If you're a fan of Total War or games like Total War, I'd highly suggest you check this game out because it does a lot of things better than Total War. So Ultimate General Civil War builds upon Ultimate General Gettysburg. It really expands to include all the battles of the Civil War and also includes a full-fledged campaign. In the campaign, you can play as either the Confederates or the Union. You really get to see the war from both sides, and you can fully customize your army. So what that means is you can buy, all the rifles. You can include more cav or less cav if you want. You can include the artillery and then the type of artillery that you want. You can upgrade your army with, more intelligence, so you can kind of see the enemy. You can upgrade them with more ammunition when they start off in battles, and it's pretty cool. They also have historical battles, and this just takes you through all the big battles of the Civil War. This includes the first Battle of Bull Run, Battle of Antietam. You have Gettysburg, Cold Harbor. It includes all the big battles, and it's very nice. And then we also have the custom battles, and these include some of the smaller battles and then some of the skirmishes of the Civil War. So these are nice too. So I'm just gonna go through the first Battle of Bull Run, and we're gonna go through a quick mission. There are difficulty levels, but the difficulty levels just add or subtract enemy troops. Nevertheless, it's nice to have them. I'm just gonna skip through this. So it's pretty cool that on how they lay this out. This game is again more of a 2.5D game as opposed to a 3D game. That's a little bit different than Total War. Some people may be off put by that. I don't really have a problem with it. I also like the colorful art design that they have here, so that's pretty cool. Another very nice thing that you guys are going to see in the battle is that the AI in this game is much better than Total War. The Total War series has had 20 years to create good AI, and yet they still haven't succeeded. This game, in both iterations, in both Gettysburg and Civil War, has great AI that really puts up a fight. They'll attack you where you're weak. They'll flank you where they see an opportunity. They'll fall back if they can't hold a position. They'll really give you a run for your money if you let them. So it's very challenging AI. I have been beat by this AI before. In certain harder levels, right, where they really take advantage of the numbers and they really push push as an army, as opposed to Total War where you could have units just filtering in, right, lazily just filtering in and doing their own thing. So it's pretty nice. You have your standard controls where you can fast forward, go normal speed and do all those things. Confederates are sending forth skirmishers, so we're just going to take them out. And you're really going to see the AI in action. This isn't really the best mission for it, just because the AI has to defend certain points, and there's not as much maneuver. But you should still be able to see them, make some decisions right here. So they're putting up a hell of a fight on this crossing, which is nice. The cav didn't really make the best decision, but they're trying to hold me off. And in terms of sound design, this game has really great sound. You really hear the crackle of the muskets. You hear, the sound of the guns. It really gets you into the Civil War time period. And I'm actually just gonna turn on. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn down the volume just a bit, just so that we're not constantly interrupted. But yeah, it has great sound design. I really like it, and Kudos to this development team that, it was definitely a smaller team that developed it. Just kudos to them for really focusing on those details. Units also, like in Total War, they have morale and stamina. They use it a little bit differently. They also have cover as well, just to show what like depending on what terrain you are, they're gonna get different cover value. So that's a pretty nice mechanic. It really increases the importance of terrain. If if you're not on, let's say, a forested area, right, or some farmland or something like that, or town, you're really gonna take more casualties. So that's a pretty nice mechanic as well. We should get them to route pretty quickly. You see, that's another thing too. Look, the AI, they're protecting the flank of their infantry by using their cav. Again, the AI is not perfect. Sometimes they will glitch out, but they at least, they put up a good fight, and they at least respond to you. So that's pretty nice. I personally like that a lot. That's been one of my major gripes with Total War, is that the AI is pretty bad. For 20 years of Total War, I believe the most recent game, Three Kingdoms, did improve on the AI, but it's still not as good as this. Like, it's nowhere close to Ultimate General Civil War, where the AI they'll attack together, right? They'll flank you from multiple angles. They'll use their numbers if they can. In this case, let me see. Did they fall back? Because that would be crazy if they fell back that quickly. No, they're still there. Yeah. So they're gonna charge me here with their cav and their infantry. That kind of shows, again, like when they see that I have one unit here, they're gonna kind of use their in fact they have two units to kind of break apart my men. So that's pretty nice. Again, you can't just leave your units out there and expect them not to be attacked, right? Just like in a real battle, enemy general is going to take advantage of it. And in this case, look, that's exactly what they did. They broke my men. And they're doing a decent job of protecting the flank of this bridge. But I like that a lot. It poses a good challenge, and in some of the bigger battles, it really makes you think and makes you be strategic. Another great thing about this game is this game does away with a lot of micromanagement. In this game, you really feel more like a general, as opposed to in Total War, where if a unit, for example, is getting attacked in Total War, they won't turn around to face the enemy. That's not going to happen in this game. In this game, you will. Your units will turn and face enemy if they're attacked. They'll mount some resistance. They can, you can put them in guard mode, or you can just leave them in the regular mode, and they'll even chase the enemy down if they can. So you're gonna see, your units really, make those small maneuvers so you don't have to, right? And it really makes you feel, again, more like a general, as opposed to in Total War. It makes you feel more like, a colonel, right? A lieutenant, a lower level officer, right? Where you're telling your men exactly what to do. All right, turn right, turn left, things like that. In this game, you're more of the general, right? You can move your men pretty easily. The controls are very simple for a game that has this many men on the screen. The controls are extremely simple and easy to learn. And this game does not have a high learning curve as well, so anybody can really pick up and play it. There are some harder levels down the track, but they're by the time you get to them, you'll have learned a lot about the game, and then they really do challenge you in a good way as well. Just gonna break apart this little bridge defense. Yeah, he's kind of falling back over here. They see I have superiority. I got my men back from routing. Over here, we're gonna see what these guys do. Let me move up the cav. We're using our superior artillery here. It's pretty epic in this game to go through some of the battles, especially when you get to, like, let's say the Battle of Gettysburg. You're doing like Pickett's Charge, for example. It's pretty epic. and you know, some of the other epic battles, it's amazing to kind of go through them. It's also cool in the campaign that, you know, because you can customize your army, you can change the names of the units and the type of guns they have, and you really, you know, will, how do I say, you may even develop like an attachment to some of the units where if you lose, let's say one of your elite brigades, right, you're really gonna feel it. In this game, like, look, the AI just basically turned their flank and is protecting this hill proactively, right? They chased off my cav, and they're forcing my infantry to come up. So that's really good play by the AI. It really, you know, forces you to coordinate your attacks, right? It's not like Total War where you can just willy-nilly feed units into the fight and then expect to be successful. Here they're mounting a counterattack. Very nice. So it's pretty nice, and it gets really fun. You know, again, like when you have your own custom army and you're fighting in these tough battles, right? And you lose men, but yet you win battles, right? It gives you a real feeling of accomplishment, and it has just the right difficulty level. You know, you can't just breeze through the missions, but yet it has enough difficulty to where you feel pretty good about yourself. You know, when you win some of these battles, especially the Confederate campaign, where you get a lot less men. That's, you know, it's very cool to see, like, hey, you won the battle despite all odds, right? So that's kind of cool. Over here, I gotta run up my men, and look, they're taking advantage of the fact that they have numbers, right? They're just gonna charge me and not even wait. So that's very nice. Now we're getting some more reinforcements, which is very nice. So if I had to rate the different aspects of this game, for sound design, I'd give this game a 10 out of 10. The sound, you know, the guns sound meaty. The cannons really have a roar to them. You really do feel like you're in like a Civil War type atmosphere, which is great. And the sound design is pretty excellent. If I had to rate the graphics, it'd probably be a 7 out of 10. Some people are going to be put off by the 2.5D, right? And, you know, again, like, for that, you know, maybe this isn't the best game for them. I don't think it should really hold people back from playing it, because it's very fun to play. And it's a great game if you're into, like, you know, Total War type games. But, you know, some people are going to get put off by that. If I had to rate the gameplay, I'd rate the gameplay a 9 out of 10. Again, sometimes the AI will make mistakes. They'll you know, move units improperly some places, but for the most part, I would say for 90% of the time, they're going to be making, you know, good sound decisions, and they're really going to give you a challenge. You know what I mean? So in that case, I like that a lot. You know, I like the fact that for a game that, you know, this game doesn't really have multiplayer, they do put good AI in the game, so you can skirmish with them. So that's really cool for me. It's something that I appreciate a lot, especially since I enjoy more of the single player of a lot of these games, a lot of strategy games. So yeah, I think this game, when it was released, was really a sleeper hit. It's really a hidden gem even now. A lot of the times it's also on sale, so you can get this game for, you know, 10, 15, 20 bucks as well, so that makes it an even better deal. If I had to rate this game overall, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. You know, it has some blemishes here and there. The graphics, you know, for 2021 maybe aren't up to snuff for some people, but overall, I just have so much fun playing it. You know, the atmosphere and the customization that you can have with your armies in this game is just amazing, right? And it really flushes out the time period well. So this is Hero of Sparta signing off. Thank you guys for watching.